Hello, everyone. I'm Ghassan from Koantek. Thank you for joining us. Today, we're going to walk you through a transformation story that will feel very familiar if you're trying to move GenAI from experimentation into true enterprise scale. Joining me today is Ritesh Anand, who leads data engineering at Freight Tiger, India's largest digital freight network operating at scale, where every delay directly impacts the bottom line. Over the past year, Ritesh and his team has gone from fragmented data systems to a unified AI-ready platform that now powers machine learning and GenAI across the company. Ritesh, great to have you.
Thank you, Gus. Super excited to share what we learned on the journey from AI aspiration to AI reality. So, looking forward
Brilliant.
to this conversation.
Thank you. Before we jump in, I would like to do a really quick introduction to Koantek for those who have uh, joined us and for the first time. We are a Databricks exclusive elite partner backed by Databricks Ventures. We are a 6-time partner of the year focused on modernization, AI operationalization, and measurable business impact. Our accelerators like Ascend AI, UC Unlocked, Lakehouse in a month, and our X2D migration framework um, have proven to be a great asset for our customers. Everything we'll show you today is rooted in one theme: accelerating outcomes safely and predictably. Ritesh, please give everyone a sense of how Freight Tiger operates in India and across your markets.
Sure, Gus. Freight Tiger is India's largest digital freight network. We connect shippers and transporters across India, optimize routes, reduce empty miles, and improve the asset utilization. It's real time, high volume, and high stake business. Thousands of shipments across hundreds of shippers every day. And to give you some more numbers, we currently track almost 2 plus billion kilometers with 2 million lat longs connecting 100,000 locations on our platform, serving more than 100 shippers with 5,000 LSPs. So that's the scale at which we are operating on the data. We are generating data every second.
And when you run at that scale, I'm assuming data isn't just an asset, it's the backbone. So if the foundation cracks, the entire operation feels it. Let's level set on GenAI a little bit before we dive deep into how Koantek helped you with your GenAI migration and implementation. I just want to flag something that GenAI in reality, it's relatively new, easy to use, and comes in a variety of options. However, it's complex, it's expensive, and can be overwhelming. And we all see the momentum. I would say, per the numbers that we have, 75% of executives building or experimenting with models. 40% of CEOs believe GenAI is a competitive differentiator, while 71% expecting performance improvements. So the potential is real and it's massive, but so are the roadblocks. Many organizations that we work with experience the same tension. GenAI looks simple in demos, but becomes overwhelming and complex at enterprise scale.
Exactly. I think even we had a big ambitions. We wanted to do predictive ETA, right? Predict the delays. We wanted to build, the scorecards or the ratings for our drivers, all those AI and ML use cases. But our foundation could not support any of it sometime back, right? It was difficult to build those things. Even building, as there is a saying in the AI world, the garbage in and garbage out. So if your data and the foundation was not ready, no matter whatever model you build, It is not going to give you that result which generates the outcome, which drives the impact.
Absolutely. I think let's just get a little bit concrete on um, Freight Tiger. Where were you a year ago? How did your data look like? And what were your main obstacles and issues that you faced?
Sure. So the data was scattered across the teams, tools, even on cloud. Data was siloed. There was siloed systems, duplicate pipelines. Single source of truth was there was no single source of truth, right? The definition of the KPIs were inconsistent access of the data. Then operations analytics often look at different realities, right? Rising cost and governance gaps that limiting scale. So with all this cost and everything, when you scale without the governance, it is difficult to scale at that cost, right? So we reached a point where we weren't just blog, we were at risk, and we could not build that GenAI on top of that.
This is exactly what we see across enterprises, and this is not unique to just one region or one market. This is across the board. I think why GenAI fails to scale in some cases, this is because of four major reasons that causes GenAI efforts to stall. Number one, you get stuck in POC mode, so pilots never reach production. Number two is the fragmented data, accuracy and trust collapse. Number three is unsustainable economics, so costs spike as usage scales. And number four, governance gaps, so compliance and risk barriers. Which would you say of these four was your hardest, that hit you hard?
It's all of them. Uh, I think, but the fragmentation and governance were the biggest blockers. We were able to prototype, we could, but we couldn't operationalize it. So that I think fragmentation of the data and the governance, lack of governance, was the biggest roadblock to take that AI flight.
I want to talk now about what changed really, but before we do that, one thing I appreciate about you and your team, Ritesh, was the discipline in prioritization. You didn't just migrate blindly, you started with value alignment.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
and
this was a pivotal moment for you.
yeah, that was the key, Gus. I think with partners like Koantek, uh, we identified the right use cases. We mapped the data domains and made deliberate choices about what to move, what to rebuild, and what to retire. This, and for us, it wasn't just a migration; it was a strategic reset, which we did.
Absolutely. And I believe our joint efforts followed three phases that really made all the difference for you. Phase number one is the design, phase number two is the migration execution, and phase number three is stabilization and governance. And allow me to um, double click on each phase very briefly. So when we talk about design, we're talking about the architecture assessment, the workload analysis, we're talking about X2D framework planning. When it comes to phase two with migration execution, the automated SQL transpilation, pipeline reconstruction, fast parallel validation, and phase three, stabilization and governance, mainly performance tuning, Unity catalog deployment, and team enablement. And the results were exceptional from first assessment to production stabilization. I know we took very little time compared to the industry norm of 6 to 9 months to accomplish that. I'm
Yes, yes,
eager to hear about your experience here with this.
yeah, and it wasn't just one migration, Gus. It was two migration. We moved from Snowflake to Databricks, then Databricks Azure to AWS, and all that with almost 90 days each of these migration, with almost zero downtime and very smooth, predictable, structured. That whole transition was, and our customers didn't even realize all these, they haven't faced that that heat of that migration. They didn't even realize that we migrated from one platform to another, and it was amazing.
It was flawless.
Yeah, yeah.
No business disruption, no hiccups along the way, smooth, flawless, and the teams didn't even feel it, which is how it should be. I want to talk about the business impact. So, what was the business impact for you after doing all of this? What difference did we make together to the business that made this such a success for Freight Tiger?
I think that we are looking forward to almost, we are already seeing 30 to 40% of TCO reduction. The pipeline processing is much more faster, almost 30 to 40% faster now. Uh, the reporting capability or the capacity which we are delivering today is 100% increased. So that's like because of all this, a clean, unified, governed platform, and finally we are ready for that future, future ready for that Gen AI capability. So we are now building a lot of AI and ML applications as we are talking about.
That's amazing. And what do you think was the biggest shift for you?
I think the biggest shift was the trust in the data, and the team finally believes in the data, and we are more confident about it. So yeah.
I think once the foundation, or thank you for that, that's really valuable. Once the foundation was ready, innovation took off. And I'm really eager to share with our listeners and audience in general. If you could walk us through what your team has shipped and was able to accomplish throughout the process.
So I think I'll talk about few major initiatives or the capabilities which we have built or we are in the process of building. Um, so we recently shipped basically a PTL ETA production model, which is in production. In production, we are able to predict the delays within the PTL shipment, which is very difficult across the industry. We use average out methodology, but we are now using the historical data to predict that. Um, then we are also using natural language interfaces for insight. So now analysts are able to drive insights faster from the data. We are enabling them to, not just be dependent on writing SQL. Now anyone with right set of questions and the curiosity, they can generate the insights from the data. Uh, so this is second big initiative which we already started, and we are seeing the impact of it. Plus, we have also recently shipped some machine learning models which are running in production, where we are rating the drivers, we are rating the transporters, and all these inputs, the transporters rating, driver ratings, are integrated to our applications, helping our customers to, when they are procuring a vehicle, when they are, accepting a bid from a transporter, they can make an informed decision.
Amazing. I believe none of that would have been possible before modernization as well.
Yeah, yeah, it was difficult. It was not that straightforward, and that bringing that, as I said, the trust in the data and the data correctness is super important. You can build a model, but if the data is not right, the output will never be able to drive the business.
You need
So
to have the right foundation for it.
yes.
Amazing. Allow me to summarize a few key takeaways from this conversation and this amazing experience that you just shared with us. I think number one that we really want to flag is modernize first and innovate next. GenAI will expose every weakness in your data foundation. So invest there first before you make any other move. The second recommendation I would have for any customers who's having similar pain points as you had is governance is a growth engine. So compliance isn't the blocker. lack of governance is the blocker. So Unity Catalog became the enabler for speed, safety, and scale. And last but not least, number three is partnerships accelerate outcomes. So enterprise transformation is not a type of like do it yourself. You really need to have the right partner to help you avoid costly detours and compressed timelines dramatically. So having the right partner in place is going to be crucial for your success. Um, Ritesh, I want to know if you have any final thoughts before we wrap up.
I think my two cents are focus on alignment across the data, teams, and cloud strategy. Now, the cloud strategy is not just driven by the cost impact, it is more of your long term, the foundation for the Gen AI and all this capability which you want to build. When the foundation is right, Gen AI becomes structured and not chaotic. And that's the message, one line which I want to take out from this conversation.
I want to thank you for that. I want to make sure also that everybody knows that we are so proud of this partnership with you and Freight Tiger. And I think you are a true customer testimony, a true customer case study that we can all look at and really learn from this experience and try to replicate everywhere else where needed. Ritesh, thank you, and thanks to everyone who joined us today. If today's conversation sparked ideas or exposed challenges that you're facing, we're here to help you. Visit Koantek.com for more case studies and frameworks. You could reach out to our sales at Koantek.com, and we will be able to assess and be happy to assess your AI readiness and build your Gen AI roadmap. Our mission is simple. We want to turn Gen AI ambition into Gen AI reality. Faster, safer, with measurable business outcomes. Thank you and have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Koantek team. Thank you.